Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as also on Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with the Japanese and CFS V2 models. And I shall get on back for you in a moment. Just say the first video to see was our 6 AM upload. And also a 10 to 14 day will be appearing later on this afternoon. So check out today's videos. Please like, share, subscribe on this video. So thank you so much everybody for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. No live stream tonight, by the way. So we're going to have this Friday night off. Front live stream. We'll be back next week. Right, so we're going to start off with week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly from the North Pole and Arctic view down. So this is the North Pole of the Northern Hemisphere just here. This is a wider Arctic circle, and we've got mid-latitudes through there. Blue is extrapolated to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into week periods. The first week period can take us from today, the 21st, through to the 28th of January. So the coming week will have above average heights over and to the west of the UK. Therefore, it's an anticyclonic seal with below average heights away to the north. The jet stream is pushed northwards as well. So lots of high pressure anticyclonic influences, and a mainly dry, high pressure dominated week to come. Moving through to week 2, which takes us from 28th of January to the 4th of February, we find the area of above average heights pulling out into the Atlantic with the below average heights away to our north and northeast, and that sends the jet stream and wind flow on more of a northwest to southeastern line. So the high pressure pulls out to our west. It starts to turn more unsettled, particularly to more northern areas with the risk of, you know, some wind and rain pushing into the north and the west. But the south and southwest probably still relatively settled with the area of high pressure. Might be a little bit cooler as well, as the wind looks like it would be coming off Greenland, really. Weeks 3 and 4 will take us from the 4th through to the 18th of February. This looks much more unsettled then, with below average heights, low pressure sort of out to west of the country, and income those westerly winds. It's still going to be mild, I would have thought this, but certainly quite a significant change. The high pressure is sort of collapsing away to the south and also pulling out towards the east coast of America, which does send us into a much more unsettled Atlantic-driven type spell of weather. Right, so let's have a tropical mid-latitude view. So we can't see the Arctic and the North Pole and those sort of areas. Greenland, they're all off the chart up here. But have a look at that view down so we know what's going on. And in week 1, the British Isles, by the way, top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. So in week 1, we've got lots of high-pressure influences above average heights through the Atlantic and into much of Western Europe as well. So the temperature anomaly for week 1, taking us from 21st to 28th of January, is above average in the north and below average in the south. Actually colder than average across southern areas and into the continent as well, because that's from like inversion type conditions bringing frost and fog. It's not a particularly cold weather pattern, but there is enough frost to bring the south into like a slightly colder than average week. But certainly for you know, for Scotland, it's rather above average. Over south, very cold it is over on the eastern side of America as well. Really cold over there. And in terms of precipitation, we look like this. So obviously with high pressure in control for week 1, it's going to be significantly drier than normal. Week 2 is a bit of a transitional type period as the high pressure begins to pull into out into our west, and we perhaps start to bring the jet stream and wind flow on more of a northwest southeast line. This is the 4th. This is the 28th of January to 4th of February. By the way, so with this one, around average temperatures, maybe a little bit above average, certainly not as mild for the north as it is in week 1, but equally not as cold in the south as it is for week 1 either. And it is rather more unsettled, especially so for northern areas. So gradually there's a transition, something a little bit more unsettled, with rather above average rainfall to the north and the west. Moving to weeks 3 and 4, which takes from the 4th through to the 18th of February, we have below average heights low pressure in of the Atlantic, with winds coming in from the west as well. This is a mild wind direction, so we have above average temperatures appearing, particularly so for England and Wales, most parts of Europe looking very mild as well, and also Eastern America. Interesting, so that cold weather from week 1 goes away by weeks 3 and 4. And it also goes wetter as well, as you expect, with low pressure taking over. So, yeah, big change for February. Much wetter signals, but still relatively mild. Right, let's have a look at, so that's JMA done. Let's have a look at CFS V2, see how that compares. So again, these are 500 millibar heights, breaking down to week periods. The first week period takes from 21st, 27th of January. The coming week, again, with lots of above average heights, high pressure dominating over into west of the country, will be mainly dry in the coming week. Week 2, which is 28th of January to 3rd of February, starts to pull the high pressure out to our west, lower pressure deepening to the north, and the wind going into more of a northwest, southeast type alignment. So it starts to turn a little bit more unsettled, especially so for northern areas. And good agreement between the JMA and the CFS for both weeks 1 and week 2. Week 3 is a little bit different. This is the 4th through to the 10th of February, with below average heights then plunging southwards through northern Europe and above average heights in the Atlantic. That probably sends us onto a cold side of jet stream. It could be a little bit of a cold snap appearing there, actually, from the 4th through to the 10th of February. That will get wind into the north, probably, and a risk of some winteriness there for week 3. However, it doesn't last for long. Week 4 is the 11th to the 17th of February. And the above average heights, the high pressure sort of comes back to our south, but below average heights, low pressure get pushed away to the northwest, and the jet stream starts to go northwards as well. So high pressure increasingly taking over as we get into the middle of February, and in a mild position as well to be drawing up wind from the southwest. So week 1 temperature anomalies with the CFS from the 21st to the 27th of January look like that. Warmer than average for Scotland and colder than average for England and Wales. All areas go mild on average for week 2, 28th of Jan to 3rd of Feb. So above average temperatures there. And then week 3 goes colder. This is the 4th through to the 10th of February. Yeah, we see that temperature anomalies go slightly below average. And then into week 4, which is the 11th to the 17th of February. We're rather above average for the UK and for Ireland. Then it does go milder around the middle part of the month. Maybe even a taste of spring there. Precipitation finally, so week 1, 21st to 27th of January, is drier than normal for the UK and Ireland. Week 2, 28th of January to 3rd of February, near normal for precipitation or no signal. Not much of a signal for week 3 either. This is the 4th to the 10th of February. Around average or no signal. Really, that's the colder week, of course, where we can bring in some northerly winds. And then week 4, again, no real signal, 11th, 17th February, but high pressure building up from the south. I suspect it would be turning somewhat drier. So it's a rather mixed outlook. There is the prospect, possibility anyway, of a little bit of a colder snap there. Through early February, but generally it's a relatively mild outlook. And I think the main storyline is probably the transition from like the anticyclonic weather what we've had through most of January, that switch from high pressure to low pressure by the time we get into February. And that, might involve a little bit of a cold snap or something, but it does look as though the first half of February is probably going to be quite a bit more unsettled than we've had through most of this January. Right then, just a snapshot of what these models have shown. Remember, it could all look very different next week. It's only forecast beyond 5-7 days. Comes with big health warnings attached. We'll be back shortly with the 10 to 14 day. It's going to include all of the regular features, so come back for that then. But for JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.